Good morning, Internet. So in the early 2000s, I was tattooing a bunch of folks and started to show artwork with different galleries and group shows. And it was pretty common for artists to also be DJs. There's some really brilliant artists like Nate Loman, Leo Fitzpatrick, who were also incredible DJs and knew how to have a good time. I was not one of those. I love making things. I'm not a fun person. But I had a really good friend named Carlos Quirarte, which anyone who's ever been south of 14th Street in New York knows Carlos. He owns a bunch of really beautiful restaurants and bars and threw some of the most legendary New York parties in those years. And he's also a fiercely supportive and beautiful friend. And anyway, he was always pushing me to DJ. He's like, man, it'd be so good for you. It'll like help get your name out there. Like people like hanging out with you. You should DJ some gigs. And I was like, man, thank you so much. I really appreciate the support. I appreciate your confidence in me. But I don't know what people want to listen to. I don't know what they want to hear. And he's like, just play whatever you like. Just play whatever you feel like listening to. And I was like, that's a horrible idea. Like that, if I play what I want to listen to, it's just going to be Willie Nelson and Slayer all night long, and no one's going to have a good time but me. And but he would always push me, and in the most supportive, loving way. And one day he finally called me. He's like, dude, I booked it. I booked you a gig. You can't say no. Your names are on the flyer. You got to show up. You got to do this. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, Carlos, send me the flyer. And so he sent me the flyer. He booked me to DJ David Byrne's 50th birthday party. David Byrne, Talking Heads, one of the greatest musical minds of our century, of last century, this century, of centuries. One of the best things to happen to music since the invention of the note. And I'm supposed to pick what music he and his friends will listen to for his 50th birthday party. I was mortified and but grateful and appreciative that like Carlos thinks I got that. Anyway, I swindled Leo Fitzpatrick into actually choosing the music that evening, and I just stood in the DJ booth for 3 hours being awkward, and that was the one and only time I ever DJ'd a party. Don't call me.